Hello, voice raisers. Welcome to another episode of Raise Your Voice. My name is Marcia, and I'm part of a poetry group in Chattanooga called Rhyme and Chat, where we rhyme and then we chat. We read poetry and then we talk about it. Today, we are going to meet two writers who live right here in our town. They shop at the same grocery stores as we do, they drive on the same streets, and they may even live in your neighborhood. Tia is an author, and she writes books. Kyree is a poet, and he writes poetry. They both create stories with their words and raise their voice in different ways. Tia is an author. She wrote a book to tell her story. Kyree is a poet, and he raises his voice through poetry. They take their imaginations and write them down. And today we will be learning about loving our crown. We are also going to learn about homonyms. A homonym is a word that has two or more meanings and are spelled and pronounced the exact same way. Crown is a homonym because it can mean more than one thing. Let's see how Tia, the author, and Kyree, the poet, use the word crown when they raise their voice.
Hello, my name is Kyree, the poet, and I'm here with Tia Hunt as we talk about her book, I Love My Crown. So Tia, what made you write I Love My Crown?
I wrote I Love My Crown in honor of my daughter. She is 9 years old now, and she has had her locks since she was 4 years old, which means when she was 4 and everybody else had a different hairstyle, she had locks. And so I wrote it to encourage her to love her crown and to love herself.
I have locks too, and they get a lot of attention, so I can understand how it can be.
Yes.
Makes you nervous.
Yeah, and she does get a lot of attention. A lot of people always ask her, oh, how long have you had your dreads? But she always corrects them and say, it's locks. And I've had my locks since I was 4. And so now her locks are like super long down her back.
So, are my crowns, is that my locks? What is your crown?
To me, a crown is your hair. Growing up, my mom always took great care of our hair. Like that was something that she always was so particular about, doing our hair, growing our hair, calling it your crown and taking care of your crown. And so to me, a crown is your hair, your locks, your natural hair, your loose hair, whatever it is that you have, that's what a crown is to me. But I also wear an imaginary crown every day, and it gives me confidence, it gives me strength to get up, push forward, and to do whatever it is that I need to do.
Since you wrote this book about your daughter, do you have anything that you would like to share about your book?
Yes, this book really gives, I feel like, a light on being different and going to a different place where other people may look different from you. And, you know, sometimes you have to adjust to going to new places and being surrounded by new people that don't always look like you. And so a lot of this book is just about a young girl finding her confidence in a place where most of the kids don't look like her. She lived in a place where kids look like her, and then she moved, and now she is in a place where the kids don't. And so she's nervous, she's scared, she's anxious, and she is not feeling going to a new place.
So would you mind reading a page from your book about being different?
Yeah, I actually have a page in my book, and it really explains reasons why, you know, Aaliya felt, you know, like she was different, and she was going to a new school, and she actually overheard one of her classmates, she was new as well, and she overheard her telling her mom how, you know, she was nervous and she was scared and that she looked different. Okay. So Aaliya heard the girl say, "Mom, I don't like my hair. I won't make any friends today. Everyone would just stare." Aaliya thought about what her mom said about being different, and maybe this is what she meant. Aaliya walked up to the girl with her mom. In her nice, sweet voice, she said, "I love your hair. It's really pretty, just like that. My name is Aaliya Star. I'm the highest star shining bright. My locks are my crown that fit my head just right." The girl was so surprised of what Aaliya said that she gave her a big hug and quickly forgot what made her sad.
hearing about differences, I actually wrote a poem about your differences or about differences. Do you mind if I share that with you?
I would love for you to share it.
Thank you. New places can be hard, strange and loud, but even with my differences, I can still be proud. I am special, unique and true. I love myself and my differences too. I keep my crown shiny and bright, and if I stay strong, I will find my tribe. I don't need to be popular to hold my head high. Staying true to myself will make things all right.
I love that poem.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I love your book.
Thank you.
So when is it safe to be different?
All the time. You should always feel safe to be different. And being different is just being you. So you should always feel comfortable enough in anywhere you are to just be you. It doesn't matter where you at school, at the mall, in front of a bunch of people that you don't know, just be you. You never know who's gonna love you for just being you.
And it's very great to be just you, being different, because it makes it easier for other people to be different as well.
Yes, it makes people feel more comfortable. Like you can just tell when somebody's just being themselves, and then you kind of loosen up and relax and like, well, I can just be myself too. I don't have to be this, certain kind of person that maybe where you went to the event or the place that you went to that they're looking for you to be. Because maybe that's not you. You can just be yourself.
But what I love about that piece in your book is that it shows that when you are different, it makes it easier for other people to be different too. And then you can find new friends by celebrating your differences or just finding happiness in being different with each other.
Right, because Aaliya and the girl was both sad. So they had something that's similar or something, that they shared the same. But then Aaliya loved that her hair was different from hers. And she loved that, she was pretty just the way she is and she didn't have to change anything. And so I think that really, gave her friend a boost of confidence. And so now she gained a new friend, even though Aaliya and the girl both thought, oh, I wasn't going to make any new friends today.
And even when we have differences, we have a lot of things that are similar or the same. So no matter how different I might be, we still have some stuff in common with each other.
Right, and which all people do have things in common, like being a human. So, and having emotions, just like the girl was sad and Aaliya was sad. So,
yeah, I have moments where I feel sad too, but I also have moments where I feel very happy and joyous.
Yes, and I think Aaliya and the girl was happy that they found each other. So now they both had a new friend in this new place.
And earlier you mentioned that you put on a crown that makes you feel confident and proud. How do you put on your crown?
Well, the crown is already there. It's invisible. So it's always on. It's always giving me the strength and the courage to do things like being different, especially when you're going someplace and you don't know anybody. It just gives me a little extra boost of confidence to be me.
When should you do something new?
I feel like you should do something new whenever you have the opportunity to do so. It's always room to grow. There's always room for you to expand and not be the same. Get out of your comfort zone. I know that's hard to get out of your comfort zone because you're so comfortable where you are, but anytime that I see a good chance for me to do something that I've never done before, I kind of tiptoe on over in there to see what's going on.
And I love doing new things because it helps me to become a better person. I always like to grow and to be able to do anything that this world has to offer. Like, I write poetry. What really motivated me, what made me want to write this poem from your book was when Aaliya went to her new school. And I remember when I went to school and I was different too, and I didn't feel like I fit in. But then I learned to honor and respect my differences, and I wore my crown proudly, which my crown was having a different eye, having a different skin color, having a different way I wanted to dress and be. And I learned to love myself no matter where I was.
So, does everyone have their crowns on? To read Tia's book, I Love My Crown, ask for it the next time you visit the Chattanooga Public Library. Now, did you hear the different ways that crown was used by Tia, the author, and Kyree, the poet? Crown, as a noun, can mean a royal headdress worn by a prince or princess. In Kyree's poem, he said that he keeps his crown shiny and bright, so he must have a crown like mine. Crown can also mean the hair that's on your head. Tia's character, Aaliya, said, "I'm the highest star shining bright. My locks are my crown that fit my head just right." So she must have a crown like mine. We all have crowns. Some crowns are straight, some are long, some are short, some are curly. They are all unique, and no two crowns are the same. We all have things that make us special and that make us stand out from the crowd. Both Tia, the author, and Kyree, the poet, have raised their voices to tell us how they feel about their crown. They are embracing those things about themselves that make them special. So now it's time for you to raise your voice by creating your own story or poem to tell us about your crown. Whether you have a crown like this or a crown like this. Use the imagination in your head to tell us about what's on your head. Let's write about it. Send what you create to Raise Your Voice at WTCITV.org. Now let's get to writing. I can't wait to see what you create when you raise your voice.